Okay. Hold on. Okay, instructional staff, Gina Hines, Vice Chair.
Present.
Instructional staff, Gerald Stewart. Absent. Community member, April Jordan.
Absent.
Community member, Tom Zola.
No, he's not able to make it today. Absent.
And swing seat, Brandon Raper. Absent.
Absent. Yeah.
Okay, the quorum is established and 50% of the voting non-principal members are present. We need a quorum to vote, but we can have the meeting even if we don't have the quorum, just cannot be do voting actions.
Yeah. So today we do not have a quorum, but we do not have, which means we don't have 50%, but we don't have voting actions today. So that's okay.
Okay. This is today's agenda. Take a moment to read over it. Do we have a motion to approve it or a motion to second it?
A motion to approve.
Motion to second.
Motion to defer.
All those in favor say aye and raise your hand, and all those who do not agree say nay and raise your hand. We know that KWPA attendance goals of the year is 75% of the scholars are present and 90% or more days of the school year. Let's take a look at our year-to-date attendance so far as we look to think about what we are wondering, what strengths do we see and what areas of opportunity, what ideas do you have so we can continue to win attendance and get a better attendance?
Let me move. Thanks, Ms. Barnett. So we'll come back to approving the minutes at the next meeting, Ms. Barnett.
Yeah, this officially, I mean, this, you would need a quorum to do any of your agendas. So you know, you could have that conversation, but you would probably have to have another meeting because there's not a quorum. And I apologize. I'm sorry that y'all can't get a quorum. I just really hope that some of the other members start joining, but you can move forward with your conversation.
Okay, so just move forward to the discussion part.
That's correct. You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and I know we apologize too. Only Mr. Zola responded that he couldn't make it. Our last meeting we had everyone except Miss Heath present, but yeah, I guess some things came up for folks today. Okay, so we're in this agenda. Thanks, Miss Catlin. What Miss Barnett was saying is because we don't have a quorum, we can't proceed. So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 members, not including Mr. Mathis and myself, who are, voting members because Mr. Mathis and I don't have the voting rights. And so of those members today, we have Miss Catlin present, Miss Hines present, Miss Harvey present, and Coach Chase present. And so that's not a quorum because it's 4 out of 11. We would need 2 more. And so that's why we're wondering where Mr. Stewart was, and some of the others. I know Miss Jordan said she would be here, but I guess something came up. And so technically in this agenda, we cannot move forward on the items, but Miss Barnett is saying we can still have our discussion items here. So just like Miss Catlin said, this is our year-to-date attendance. And so we'll have a discussion around that once we look at the different ones. So I'll pass it back to you, Miss Catlin. Thank you.
Okay, discuss school attendance year to date. What do you notice? What are your wonderings? And what additional questions do you have? Hold on, something, wait a minute, y'all, my screen, hold on.
While Miss Catlin is pulling that up, there's a couple slides. This one, if you see us right here, it compares us to some of the other schools, the partner schools. So we can see we're higher right now than Carver, Gideon's, and Slater, but lower than Price. Our cluster here, so it has our high school, Douglas cluster, some of the other elementary schools. And we can see, again, we're not listed there since we're a partner school, but our attendance is 74.2. And so we're higher than all of the red and orange ones, lower than Finch, Harper, and Scott, some of the elementary schools. And then because we're not a charter school, but we also are a KIPP school, when we compare ourselves also to the KIPP schools, again, we're at 74.2. So we're higher year-to-date attendance than KIPP Atlanta Collegiate and KIPP Seoul, all of them except the blue ones. So that's one way to look at our attendance. And then here is also broken down by grade. So this was pulled last week. And so what are our percentage of scholars meeting our attendance goal, which is being present 90% or more of days. And so it shows the percentage in each grade, as well as how many scholars right now in those grades are not meeting it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we just, wanted to open up the floor about attendance. What do we notice or wonder, and any ideas we might have? This is definitely improved from this time last year greatly, but we know we want our scholars here even more because we got to be here to grow. So just wanted to hear some great ideas from this team. So I'll pass it back to you, Miss Catlin.
Okay. Oh. Yes, I am. Okay. This is our attendance by grade. As you see, the grades that are meeting and the goals 3rd through 6th. Our lowest grades are kinder and 2nd and 7th. And what are the ideas? Ms. Stifler or Mr. Mathis will read this for you.
So we'll read when we get to the principal update, but right now it's just open to discussion. If we have any ideas or thoughts or wonderings around the attendance.
Do anyone have any ideas?
Yes, this is Ms. Hines speaking. Something I did notice is that 3rd grade had the highest percentage of students who are showing up to school. So I kind of maybe want to gauge what are they doing in their classrooms to make that such a success. But some ideas I do have. One of them would be maybe, offering like an attendance awareness month or maybe attendance awareness week where we do something each day for the kids who are showing up. That can be an option. Also maybe implementing like attendance badges bi-weekly or even monthly. And maybe just kind of incentivizing that for kids, like kids who are showing up consistently, maybe making them like a hall monitor, like back in our time when we were in school. Just certain incentives to make them more present around the school. Maybe, and also sending out maybe surveys to parents, or bringing parents to schools, because I know certain circumstances like pose as an obstacle for their kids getting to school. So maybe have them come in, kind of like take a survey, have, one of us read it to them. What are some things that are getting in the way of your kid being successful here at school, and maybe incentivizing that, maybe with, hey, you get like a free KIPP shirt, or get like a grocery box or something with that, but just making sure we're just staying consistent with the parents. Another suggestion would be, maybe a bus transportation, maybe once a month for like 1 week. Maybe where we have students who are like chronically absent, probably, do like a robocall or something and reach out to the parents and just say, hey, this is going to be offered like once a month for like a week. obviously don't abuse the system, but we just want to put it out there that we are working together as a school. I'm not sure these ideas help, but just putting it out there.
I had some ideas. Like the kids that come to school with perfect attendance. Maybe you could probably have like a movie day, like at the end of the week on their short day. Maybe they could watch movies on Friday, or each grade level that has perfect attendance. Maybe they could compete with each other for the perfect attendance t-shirts. Or they could have fun day, and maybe the kids, maybe you could get maybe gift cards to like maybe McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that for the kids. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, I like that incentivizing. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Ideas?
I'm sorry.
Any more ideas?
I have a few that I jotted down. So my thoughts are that we here at Kent Woodson Park have some awesome incentives already in place for the scholars. I don't think we're going to get success or be successful, more successful, until we reach the parents.
Right.
More kids drive cars to school. So in my thought process, I'm thinking if we create some incentives for parents in some kind of capacity, I don't know what all we can do, but gift cards, send personal positive invites to make sure the scholars arrive at school on time and are here on a regular basis. Also, I thought about like in church, when you have someone come up and tell a story about where they were and where they are now, maybe have a parent that knew that their scholar was not getting to school at all for the most part, and then they started bringing the scholar to school and getting them there on time, and they can show or tell about how the scholar has progressed because of the fact that they started, attending school on time and being there. There are also some positive videos in our adult sessions. Sometimes a lot of adults share videos of motivation. There are some with celebrities that have said that they did not attend school regularly, but how important it is to attend school regularly. So I also think if some of the scholars would see those, and again, bringing in the parents into it a little more, because they're the ones that actually are the people that get the scholars to school. And so I think if we support them more, that can be an asset to the whole to all stakeholders.
Do y'all think that like when the kids don't go to school, do you think like just say like in my community right here, because I see a lot of kids, they walk to school. Do you think maybe that we could maybe start like maybe a parent carpool, like maybe asking the kids, if the ones over here, maybe if I could connect with their parents and see if they need a ride to school, because a lot of them don't come to school because they don't have rides to get there. And then, we really don't know, how far they stay away from here. But I see a lot of them walking, and I see a lot of them turn around and go back the other way as well. So maybe we could probably just get together and maybe get something maybe to pick them up, just go by their house and check on them and see how they doing or something like that. MARTA passes for the ones that, probably missing a bus, maybe they could get a MARTA pass to get to the school. I don't know. What y'all think?
Most of them should be right in the immediate area. So I don't think MARTA pass, they shouldn't be coming from a great distance.
Right.
That would insinuate something else. However, I do think that's a good idea to maybe carpool, but we also have to think about it from a legality standpoint. Is that something that we can actually do? So it's a great idea, and we all have said some great things, but again, we have to think about it from a legality standpoint and just what would be the best way to make sure scholars attend school.
Yeah, I think checking on their parents to see how their parents are doing, because you never know, they may be going through something, the kids might not have what they need to come to school, you know, and rather them, I noticed a lot since, you know, I've been there before, and I noticed a lot of times parents won't say nothing. But I feel like this, if you going through something and you know that the school is there for you, talk to them, tell them. Because you know, anytime I ever experience anything, I always try to let the people at school know, because a lot of parents just won't say that they're going through this. So y'all won't never know what they're going through. Y'all don't know how to help them because they're not saying anything. And I think, like I said, what I think should happen, like you say, make the phone calls, but also, like I said, if you notice you're not seeing those children, somebody just go by and check on the parent, because it could be the parent might be sick. You know what I mean? You don't never know why they're not there. So you're just gonna have to engage with them and talk to them and see if they need anything, offer some kind of resources to them, and just let them know that, you know, that everybody's there for them, for as the community and everything. And then, you know, just the way we are doing the food drive at the school, a lot of people, they don't know, but I try to get out there and get it out there, let them know, because maybe that food right there that they're giving them at that school might be the only way that they can get food, because we're in a food desert, and they just, you know, people just going through things right now, and they're not going to say nothing about it. So the best thing I know we could do is just reach out to them. That's all I can say for it. You know, that's what I feel like what's going on with a lot of them, because a lot of kids, you know, they just going through, their parents are going through, not the children, the parents are. So that's why
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, so a lot of really good, I took all of the notes, a lot of really good ideas. And then we'll share them with our care team and our attendance team as well. A lot of great ideas. We do things like MARTA cards for certain families who need them. Mrs. Gunn does a great job with that, our social worker. There is our 10 for 10 challenge. So scholars who have perfect attendance for those 10 days, their families, just like Mrs. Harvey said, their families are who get the prizes. And so that's every 10 days, 2 primary families and 2 middle school families. So we've done air fryers, comforter sets, Hawks tickets, different things, because just like you said, Miss Harvey, especially for the youngest scholars, it's not on them, it's their parents getting them to school or not. But I wrote, you know, a long list of all your ideas, so we'll share with them too. We're really proud of our progress with attendance, but of course want to keep going.
Yes.
Yeah, but that brings just to our principals update. Just a lot of events coming up, mostly to just spread the word, like Miss Catlin said. Those are our biggest updates. We know we have this week and next week before Thanksgiving break, and then we have 3 weeks and then winter break. So within, you know, now and December 17th, when we leave for the holidays, there's just lots of events. We have dances for primary, middle school, our family Thanksgiving lunch before Thanksgiving. We have MAP middle of the year testing, Dibbles testing, spelling bee, special showcases, lots of things. I saw Miss Harvey take a picture of this right now. Thank you, to spread the word. We put it on Parent Square and Instagram. But just like Miss Catlin was saying, it's word of mouth, sharing with families whenever we see them. We did start some testing today. 3rd through 8th grade had some math interims today as well. And the biggest sort of thing and plug is remembering tomorrow's election day. So we do have an asynchronous day of learning. If you did not early vote, make sure you make your voice heard, especially for those of us that reside in Atlanta. So our families do. This is a very big school board election, and so our voices do matter. As of last Friday, only 2,000 Atlanta citizens had voted. And this is when we've got to make our voice heard. So making sure to find the time. If you need help finding your polling place, you know, just let me know and I can definitely help. I know when we get to announcements, we do have Whiteford wants to share an announcement, but for now, do we have anyone from the public? It is open for our public commenting. If anyone, I know we have a couple guests today, is hoping to speak at this time. All right, So our announcements, Ms. Catlin, I'll let you voice just our Go Team announcements over, and then we'll turn it to the Go Team and Whiteford for their additional announcement.
Announcements, the Go Team orientation and trainings. Reach out to the Go Team support if you struggle to get on Ellis in 2 weeks until Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, so just making sure we do our trainings. You know, it's part of our compliance as a school. I know a lot of people have done theirs and told me they have, but just making sure if you haven't, you log into ELIS to get that done. And I will pass it over to Whiteford for your announcement. Miss Caroline. Yep, there you go.
Hello, let me get that video on. Hi all, thank you so much for including me today. I am Whiteford's Community Outreach Coordinator. I think I met some of you guys, but some of you I haven't. So I manage all of Whiteford's partnerships and events, and we really wanted to get more involved in KIP. It was wonderful to see that updated list of all those events. If you guys send out any sort of email list or anything like that of events, we'd love to be included. I can put my email in the chat. So the main reason that I hopped on today, and I also have our Director of Revenue Cycle, Tony Williams, with us. So one thing when we're speaking about resources for our families, right now Medicaid re-enrollment is happening, and Whiteford actually has an enrollment specialist through Georgia Primary. Her name is Courtney McKnight. And so we wanted to give a resource for any families that needed some guidance or assistance. She is happy to sit down with anyone and work through the process with them. So I'll be putting her email in the chat as well as a little bit of info about what the redetermination looks like. On Whiteford's end, we are happily chugging along, and we're really looking forward to if there's any other events either during the school day or after school that you think would be appropriate for Whiteford to come to. We would love to come. As well as Courtney, the redetermination specialist as well. She'd be happy to do things on the spot. So I'll go ahead and I'll put my email in as well as Courtney. She sent me a little blurb that you guys can feel free to share, just a little bit about what they do. And I'm also attaching a file that has some more resources and a further description of what the re-enrollment process is. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Hi, this is Tony. Thank you all for having me. I just wanted everyone to know that Courtney does initial determination and re-enrollment. So if you identify a family who might have lost coverage, be underinsured, or you're just not sure if they have any insurance at all, you can connect them with myself or Courtney, and we will help them with the process of applying to Medicaid. The good thing about Courtney is she can make those updates without the parent having to go down to defects, which can be a challenge in itself, having to take off work. So please, if you identify any students who are underinsured or having issues with their current Medicaid or don't have any insurance at all, please use the contact information that Caroline mentioned.
Wonderful. Thank you guys for sharing. And I was thinking, Mrs. Catlin, of maybe a way they could come with information to the food pantry, the mobile food pantry, since we get a lot of family and community members then to pass out information.
Yes, that'll be good because we're out there at the cars, and yes, that would be great. And
I
then
see that's going to be on the 13th. Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
13th.
So,
Okay.
and maybe Miss Catlin, as a next step, you could have Dr. Taylor, our parent liaison, reach out to Caroline, because Dr. Taylor can share all of these family events with Caroline and Whiteford.
Okay, I will do that. I'm
Love
writing
that.
it.
Thank you guys. I'm putting my email in the chat right now. And I'm going to include Courtney's email, phone number, and her title. And then it's saying her message that she wrote is too long for me to be able to just put in the chat. Is there anybody's email that you'd like for me to forward that to?
You can forward it to my email, Ms. Stifler, so I can give it to Dr. Taylor.
Okay, wonderful.
Catlin.
Okay, I'll put her email in the chat for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Um,
That is all that I have on Whiteford's end. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm excited to bring these families some more resources.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you. So that brings us to adjourning. Typically, we would have to have a motion to adjourn, but we don't have enough people to do that. So thank you all. At 4:59, we will close out. And thank you all for all of your wonderful ideas about attendance and chiming in, and to Ms. Catlin for facilitating our meeting. We'll see everyone at our next meeting, which is the first Monday of December.
Thank you.